Hi, this is Matt Hug with Nonprofit.Courses, and are you thinking of using AI and particularly ChatGPT in your nonprofit fundraising work? Well, I got a couple words for you here. Don't be afraid. Let's find out. If you haven't signed up for ChatGPT and are interested, it's pretty easy. Just go to the homepage here, search ChatGPT, and you'll find it and log in. And I have my credentials already set up, so it'll bring you here and say, how do you want to interact with OpenAI? And I'll say ChatGPT. All right, so it brings you to this page here, and all you do is hit new chat if you want. It'll be set up, and I'm just going to do a quick letter, like, well, let's make it a fundraising letter. So I already had this set up. Write a fundraising letter as an executive director of Save the Whales for saving whales in the North Atlantic Ocean, and go. And gives, it sets it all up, right? And now here it is writing it out. And first of all, the first thing I can tell is that this is going to be interesting, but it's not going to be quite what I want. But it's going to give me parts of things that I can use. And that's where I think the power is here. It's not going to be the final version. It's just almost impossible to do the nuances that you want. Now, it's interesting. It's got ask amounts popping in here. That's good. Tells you to go to the website, right? Now, okay, look, it's stopped. Now, it's important here, you can either regenerate it, right? But it kind of stops mid-sentence. Now you want to say continue generating. So it will keep on going here and finish that out. Okay, so go, and then it'll give you the title over here. So let's go back up and look and see what it gave us. And I have to say, I've not looked at this before. So kind of lays out basic stuff here. So most of this you're just going to pull right out because it's not going to be any good for you based on whatever your mailing is. Subject, right. Save majestic whales. Hope this letter finds you good health and high spirits. Well, of course, you don't want to start a fundraising letter like that. You want to grab them. You also probably wouldn't want to say as executive director of, right? But you want to grab them with some kind of hook. So it's okay, this is more or less an amateur version of this, but it's, doing its best. It's a machine. We are facing a critical situation. Now that might be the place to start, or something like that, where you want to grab their attention about some issue that's coming up. Save the Whales has been at the forefront of whale conservation for 2 decades. Honestly, I didn't know Save the Whales still existed. Wasn't really sure it was a formal, or I just kind of popped it in because it came to my head. So, okay, so it's pulled some information out of whatever it may have found someplace about that. It's kind of giving some information here about, a compelling reason, and then key aspects of our campaign. I probably wouldn't do it this way. I'd probably try to get into a story of some sort, but that's all right. So it's giving you, however, things that you can focus on if you are going to do your fundraising letter and final version. However, we cannot achieve these goals alone. That's not a bad, and then here's the ask. Well, of course, if you're going to do a fundraising letter, you want to put the asks further up in there, maybe make 2 or 3 of them, but at least it's going, it's got a call to action in here. And then it's talking about how your contribution can make a difference, and that's pretty good. 50, 100, so it's giving you some giving options. It's not quite an ask string, but it's kind of like that. Of course, any contribution, no matter amount, right? Okay, so it's doing the no matter what amount thing. I usually don't put that in my letters, but some people do. Contribute, please visit our website. Okay, giving you a place for web link. That's a good reminder. Or use the enclosed donation form. We encourage you to do this on behalf of Save the Whales. Right, and here we go. Thanks for preservation, and it puts the ending on here. All right. What I would think that I would use this for, maybe as some idea fodder. there's some points here that would be interesting to grab onto, but it's not going, this is definitely not my final letter. But it might just get my thought processes going, and that might be a good way of using this. So in this case, ChatGPT is good for what I'd call fodder. It's good for things that kind of get you started, give you some ideas. Maybe you can use elements of this, but I certainly would not make this the final copy in any way, shape, or form. This is it's not trained to write fundraising letters. So this is important to keep in mind. And I think it's important to keep in mind when you're doing anything in ChatGPT is that it's not the final version. You have to edit it one way or another to make it yours and to make it appropriate for your use. Now, just for what we see here, you can go over and actually, if you want to save this, you just hit this little clipboard and pick it up. And now if you want to regenerate, say, you know what, I don't like any of that. Here, let's pick this up first. And you can see I have a bunch I've done here. So we will simply start a new Word document and drop it in so we don't lose this. And then we'll take that down there and we'll regenerate the response. And here we go. So again, it's going to give you a lot of the same stuff, but might give you a different take on this, and you can use elements of this as well. So we'll let it go through here. I'm not going to compare the two. You can do that, but it does, allow you to take things and kind of compare what might be good and pull out the best elements of both of them. So now, what I'd like you to do, check this out, and then come on back, and we're going to talk about what ChatGPT thinks it is good at. All right, this is Matt Hugg with Nonprofit.Courses. Hope you enjoyed this little tour. Oh, of course, I think of something after I say goodbye, which is that I'm going to post both of these onto Nonprofit.Courses. Check out the link below in the description, and you can take a look at what's been generated and make some judgments for yourself. All right, see you in video 2. Bye.